Something heartbreaking happened to us a couple days ago. I have had this amazing pediatrician for my daughter for almost a decade now. She's holistic, very open minded. She's been our saving grace. I told her that, I think, every time I saw her. And she was the one that caught everything with Ella and what she's gone through in her journey. I called the other day. I got a message that they were permanently closed. I went to the website and it said you can request your child's medical records and they'll be sent to you. They're permanently closed. And I knew that this could have been coming for like the last year because I knew she had moved on to an opportunity of a place she was much needed. She had other doctors in her practice trying to make it work, maybe take over the practice. And I think something obviously didn't work out. But it's really sad because she was very much helping us with our leucovorin journey. I didn't know this until a couple days ago when I went to call to make an appointment because Ella's disability placard is going to expire in June and I need to have someone sign off on the renewal form so we can get it in to get our new placard. You have to get leucovorin renewed every time her prescription runs out in a timely manner so that the pharmacy can find it, because there's always usually a shortage, and whenever their prescription is sent in, there's usually a delay and they have to find it because there's so many people using it right now. Unfortunately, I have to find someone. And so I just started looking up holistic doctors because realistically it takes an open-minded doctor to prescribe it. And I know I've heard a lot of people say that they have hit dead end after dead end of having that prescribed. So the first one, I read that they were a holistic minded practice and people were giving them great reviews. And it was really close to my house. I called them thinking it would probably be a sure thing. And I said, before I fill out all the forms, are you going to be able to advise that you'll be open-minded to having the conversation about leucovorin, because my daughter can't just stop taking it. We need to find someone who will be open to having the conversation about prescribing it. She's like, oh yeah, we're very open-minded here, but let me just find out and I'll give you a call back. She did. She called me back and she said, we would not and will not prescribe that here. That's not open-minded. Wouldn't even have a conversation about the justification behind it. Not open-minded at all. So I'm glad that I knew that before I went. I run into these things where I live. I do. So the next option, which wasn't my first option, but maybe this is where we're headed, it's a pediatrician who is also functional medicine. It's about 40 minutes, give or take, from my home with traffic, but I don't care. And it's all cash. They don't cover insurance. They do wellness visits and sick visits, and they'll give you a form with like the insurance codes on it that you can turn into your insurance on your own. The out of network part of my insurance will cover a portion of those, which is good. I don't know, maybe I'll have a long conversation about the functional medicine aspect while I'm there, since I have been hitting dead ends with doctors being available to take Ella. There's such long waiting lists. Even a doctor in Florida that I had high hopes for, they can't get her in until the summer of 2027. I've been trying to heal her gut in the meantime and do everything I can to make our lives as healthy as possible while we're trying to find the right doctor. Maybe this could be a place to start. They told me, called me back and said they do prescribe leucovorin at their practice. It's something that they do with the functional medicine aspect, and they would be open to having that conversation and prescribing it. Only thing is, they have to get back to me about someone who's already taking it before they go through the functional medicine blood work and all of that, if they would be willing to prescribe it before we do that, because she can't stop. She has to continue. So I said, if you could find that out for me, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully, they will be willing and open to prescribing it if I commit to the functional medicine aspect, and then we can go from there. I was not expecting this, but I'm happy that the second place I called, they were open. And I had a phone call the other day with my daughter's team for her condition called P10. It's a condition that causes cancer. In like starting in her 20s on is the highest chances. Have a children's hospital in the city that we go to for her P10 care. This is they have doctors' offices where they have pediatricians available through their network. And she said, like, I would be happy to send you some of those options. And I said, the only issue is that anyone through this network is not going to be open-minded to prescribing leucovorin. So unfortunately, I have to find someone more holistic and open-minded. She completely agreed because she knows. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know why? Because it's literally folinic acid. It's folinic acid, you guys. This is why awareness is so important. We need to learn. And I'm not going to stop the leucovorin now because my child is starting to come so far. Learn.